Now, let's work on the previous problem and create a separate copy of the table and show the table in a sortable way so that we can sort the grades of the students from the highest to the lowest according to each assignment or according to the final grade. And maybe we want to do something fancy and show a color scheme as well to demonstrate the different grades, because when we have colors, it's a nice visualization of the data. So we pull out our previous example, and since we don't want to mess up what we have already achieved, let's make a copy. So over here on this sheet tab, right click, move or copy. In this case, we do want to create a copy, and I want to keep it in this current notebook. So this is our current notebook, so that's good. And let's change it to problem number 3. Now, as you can see, problem 2 and 3, these two sheets are identical, but we have already saved our original copy and we can move on working with our new copy. So let's get rid of this. It's really not relevant in this example. By clear all, it clears not only the data but also the formatting as well. Now, when we try to sort this table, it doesn't work very well with merged cells. Therefore, let's unmerge everything. Okay, let me move these here, move these here. Okay, now it doesn't look as nice as before, but there's a purpose why I want to do this, so that we can make this table into a sortable table. Okay, there are multiple ways to do this. For example, if I want to sort the final total grades of the students from the highest to the lowest, I can highlight this column right here, and then here there's a shortcut, sort and filter, or I can go to data. There's a sort and filter as well. So I'm going to sort from the highest to the lowest, and I'm asked if I want to expand the selection to the rest of the table. I do want to do that because these grades are associated with all these people. Therefore, let me expand the selection, and now all these rows have been switched. Okay, so the final grades are sorted from the highest to the lowest. Or I can sort by last name, for example. Now my entire table is sorted by last name. And let me go back to sort by student ID. That's what I had originally. So I'm going to sort from the lowest to the highest. Okay, so it goes back to my original table. And there are other things you can do as well. You can add filter, and that allows you to sort even more easily. So sort by the largest to the smallest again. You see how it's sorted. There's something else you can do as well. In your home button, you can format this table as a table. You can actually pick a different theme for it. Let's pick this style. So that's the selection, and my table does have headers. So this first row right here is the header. So again, it applies a style automatically, but also each column is sortable now. Okay. And if you say, I want to sort according to the exam 3 grade, so I can come over here and sort this way. Lastly, if I want to demonstrate the grades with a color scheme, because as you can see here, I have a lot of numbers, and it is difficult to interpret all these numbers visually. So I can select them, and then I can pick conditional formatting. There are different options under conditional formatting, and you can play with them. But for now, I'm just going to do a color scale. So I want green to be high, good, and red to be low, bad, or probably not so colorful. So this works fine. So when I apply this color scheme, you can see that the high grades are colored by dark green, and then it varies to a lighter green, and then when you get to the lower range, you start to see those red colors. So this is a good representation of all your data. So the user or yourself, when you look at your table, you can easily tell who has the relatively high grades all the time and who has relatively low grades all the time. So that concludes this example.